If God made the world, I would not be that God, for the misery of the world would break my heart. Every joy is fleeting, every hope soon battered by suffering. Men are born into chains they did not choose. Names, families, nations, beliefs, and they spend their lives fighting to defend these invisible walls. The strong mask pain with ambition, the weak drown in despair, yet all are slaves to desire. Happiness is a mirage, peace a momentary pause, and life itself a struggle that no one asked for. The truth is harsh, existence is suffering, and only those who see it clearly are free to act wisely, not in illusion. And in the end, even wisdom cannot soften the eternal weight of reality. It is felt, endured, and borne alone. Give a man love, and he will trade his crown for a kiss. Break his heart, and he will raise empires from the ashes of his pain. Affection makes a man soft. Betrayal sharpens him into steel. When he is adored, he lives for another. When he is abandoned, he begins to live for himself. Love chains a man to comfort, but heartbreak hurls him into war with destiny itself. For every scar he carries becomes a lesson, and every betrayal plants the seed of strategy. A broken man is dangerous, for he no longer fears loss, he has already lost. His tears dry into fire, his silence hardens into strategy, and his wounds become maps that guide him to power. Remember this, kingdoms are not built by the satisfied, but by the forsaken. And the man who survives heartbreak does not merely recover. He returns as a conqueror, demanding the world that once denied him. Let me fall if I must fall. The one I will become will catch me. We spend our lives trying to avoid failure, clinging to safety, hiding from pain. And yet the truth is that nothing grows in comfort. Every stumble, every misstep, every time you hit the ground, it is shaping you. Pain does not destroy you, it teaches you. Fear does not end you, it prepares you. When you fall, you are meeting the raw truth of yourself, your courage, your limits, and your strength. Do not resist it, embrace it. Let the cracks form. Let the struggles shape you, because each trial carries a piece of the person you are meant to become. And when that person rises, they will catch you, lift you, and make you stronger than you ever imagined. Let me fall if I must fall, for I am becoming unstoppable. No, 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 don't tell me you're tired. Don't tell me it's too hard. Do you think greatness is born in comfort? Do you think the world bends for the weak? Friedrich Nietzsche, convictions are more dangerous enemies of truth than lies, and yet you cling to yours like a coward clings to chains. You whine of suffering, but suffering is the forge of the spirit. You cry for fairness, but life is not just. It is will against will, strength against weakness. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow, but you have no why, only excuses. Do not seek pity, seek power. Do not beg for love. Create yourself so fiercely that the world cannot ignore you. For only the man who conquers himself, who embraces the chaos within, can give birth to the star that others will follow. So rise, bleed, suffer, become or rot with the herd. What if I tell you the most dangerous manipulator isn't the one who lies to your face? It's the one who tells you the truth, just slightly twisted. You see, real manipulators don't argue. They agree slowly. They nod while you speak. They mirror your tone. They make you feel understood. And the moment you drop your guard, they plant their seed. an idea that feels like it came from you. They don't control you by force. They guide you with suggestion. They don't change your mind. They steer it. You think you made the choice, that's the trick. You didn't. The greatest manipulators don't convince you. They let you convince yourself. And by the time you realize it, you've already played your part in their plan. Hell begins the day that God grants you the vision to see all that you could have done, should have done, and would have done, but did not do. The moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. Whatever you think you can do or believe you can do, begin it. Action has magic, power, and grace. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. The world is so empty if one thinks only of mountains, rivers, and cities. But to know someone who thinks and feels with us, and who, though distant, is close to us in spirit, this makes the earth for us an inhabited garden. And in such moments when the heart turns quietly toward what is possible, the dim path before us gathers its own faint light. For each brave step we take awakens another until the road becomes our destiny. Tell me something. If you had to relive your life exactly as it is, every joy, every mistake, every wasted day on an endless loop for eternity, would that be your heaven or your nightmare? Nietzsche asked this question not to scare you, but to wake you up, because most people aren't living. They're sleepwalking through their own existence, repeating days they don't even enjoy while praying for a different future. But here's the truth. If you wouldn't choose your life again, then why are you choosing it now? One day you will run out of tomorrows, and when that moment comes, I hope you can look at your life and say, yes, I would live this all over again. Until then, remember, the real hell is not dying. It's reliving a life you never truly lived. If God made the world, I would not be that God, for the misery of the world would break my heart. Every joy is fleeting, every hope soon battered by suffering. Men are born into chains they did not choose. Names, families, nations, beliefs, and they spend their lives fighting to defend these invisible walls. The strong mask pain with ambition, the weak drown in despair, yet all are slaves to desire. Happiness is a mirage, peace a momentary pause, and life itself a struggle that no one asked for. The truth is harsh, existence is suffering, and only those who see it clearly are free to act wisely, not in illusion. And in the end, even wisdom cannot soften the eternal weight of reality. It is felt, endured, and borne alone. 5 minutes after you are born, they will decide your name, nationality, religion, and sect, and you will spend the rest of your life desperately defending things you didn't choose. You are born into a world that imposes its illusions, a stage set before you can even breathe. Your desires are borrowed, your fears inherited, and your joys prescribed. True freedom is rare. It is the courage to see that nearly everything you value is a mask, a chain, a story told by others. The wise accept this and look inward. The rest live in delusion, fighting shadows and calling them reality. Happiness is not in what is given to you, but in the rare moments you grasp that the world has given nothing, and you alone must craft meaning in the silence of your own mind. Some people cannot act with strength, so they call strength itself cruel. They fear those who rise, so they praise staying small and safe. In their hearts grows a quiet resentment that turns weakness into virtue and labels courage as danger. But a person who lives by their own power does not wait for permission. They make their own path and follow it without apology. The real threat is not the one who climbs, but the crowd that punishes those who climb higher, for every strong step reminds them of the steps they never dared to take. The noble soul has reverence for itself, and from that reverence the world moves forward. Those who dare to rise above fear, who walk alone with fire in their hearts, will shape the world, bending reality to the strength of their will and leaving the timid behind in shadow. There is an old illusion. It is called good and evil. Good is what the weak praise to protect their comfort, and evil is what they call any force that challenges them. But the world is not divided into pure light and pure darkness. It is shaped by will, by strength, by those who dare to create their own values. Morality often hides fear behind noble words. When you remove these labels, you do not find heaven or hell. You find yourself. And the hardest task is not choosing between good and evil, but choosing who you want to become when no old rule tells you what to be. Only those who embrace their own chaos, who stare into the abyss and craft their own path, will ever truly be free. Look at how easily you are disturbed by insults, by fortune, by the smallest turn of the world. A word from another's mouth, a shift in the wind, and your composure collapses as if it were built on sand. Do you not see how fragile you have made yourself? You rage at what you cannot rule and grieve over what was never yours to command. The world turns as it must, not as you wish. The tongue of another man is his own, and the hand of fate belongs to no one, yet you hand them both the keys to your strength. Remember, it is not the world that disturbs you, but your opinion of it. Stand firm within yourself and let the storm pass over you. For the only domain that is truly yours is your own mind. Always forgive a friend who betrays you, not because you're noble, but because you understand opportunity. You can never trust them again, but you can use them. Betrayal is a gift. It exposes every hidden motive they swore didn't exist. It shows you where loyalty ends and where fear begins. The man who deceives will always find those willing to be deceived. So let him think he's fooled you. Let him whisper your name to your enemies. Let him carry false truths into real conspiracies. Keep him close, not as a friend, but as an instrument of information. Every word he speaks will reveal another shadow. Every move he makes will uncover another hand. But never trust him. Trust is the luxury of the naive. His loyalty is a corpse. You simply choose how to use it. Forgive him not to heal, but to exert more control. He who blames others for his misfortunes still walks in the early shadows of the path. His journey long, his vision clouded by the illusion that others hold the keys to his fate. He who turns the lens inward, who dares to confront his own flaws and decisions, has already taken a great leap forward, for self-awareness is the midpoint between ignorance and understanding. But he who blames no one, neither the world nor himself, has stepped beyond blame entirely. He has arrived at a place where life is no longer a battle of fault, but a dance of cause and effect, acceptance and growth. In that space, peace is no longer a pursuit, but a natural state. The journey ends not in the world, but in the silence of the mind that has let go of judgment. The biggest lie I was told as a kid was, if you're nice to people, they'll be nice back. No, kindness does not guarantee kindness. The world does not move by fairness, it moves by advantage. People smile when they need you and vanish when they don't. They mirror your goodness only when it serves them. I learned that being too kind is like bleeding in front of wolves. The more you give, the more they take, until there's nothing left but your silence. They'll call you a good person while draining the very soul out of you. Virtue without strength is weakness. If your kindness has no boundaries, you are not noble, you are prey. The world respects power, not pity. It kneels before confidence, not compassion. So be kind, but not naive. Help others, but never at the cost of your own peace. A wise man gives warmth, but keeps his fire guarded. Because the truth is, the world doesn't reward kindness, it rewards control. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to stop expecting mercy from wolves. A man who walks alone cannot be broken. In silence, you will find your strength. In solitude, you will meet the person you were always meant to become. For only in stillness does the spirit sharpen. Only in loneliness does courage take root. And only when you stand alone do you realize you were never truly weak. The most hated man is never the liar. It's the one who speaks the truth. Because truth doesn't comfort, it cuts. It doesn't hug your ego, it burns it. People say they want honesty until they hear it, until it turns their illusion into ashes. Truth is violent. It destroys false peace, fake friendships, soft dreams. That's why the truth teller always stands alone, bleeding from the mouths that cursed him, calm in the fire he didn't start. But remember this, even if the world hates the one who speaks the truth, it still kneels to the one who lives it. Fear the world not for its cruelty, but for its devotion to lies. The truth teller bleeds alone, yet in his solitude he carries the eternity they are too blind to touch. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. The powerful don't wait for permission. They act while the rest debate morality. Every system you live under was engineered long before you were born. Your freedoms, your fears, even your opinions, all accounted for decades in advance. Machiavelli understood power isn't about violence or wealth. It's about foresight. The rulers of the world move in centuries, not news cycles. They don't react to events. They design them. They seed narratives, control vocabulary, and let time deliver obedience. And while the masses argue over illusion, the architects of power quietly rewrite reality. You think you're living in the present, but you're walking through a script written long ago. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. The crowd always mocks what it cannot understand. The free spirit terrifies the herd, for his rhythm does not come from their drums. They call him mad because he moves where they stand still, because his joy exposes their fear. To dance to your own music is to live beyond approval, beyond obedience. It is to say yes to life even when life howls no. The dancer does not seek followers, he seeks freedom. The world worships order but fears creation, for every creator is a rebel against silence. Madness, perhaps, is only the name given by the timid to those who hear eternity's song. Better to be insane in your own truth than sane in their illusion. For one day, when the music reaches them, they'll realize the madman was simply awake. All boys need to be heartbroken one time in life to transform into a real man. Because until the heart feels its first real pain, it cannot understand the weight of responsibility, the depth of loyalty, or the meaning of true strength. Pain teaches what no lesson in comfort ever could. It shows that life does not bend for anyone, and the world is neither kind nor cruel. It simply is. Through heartbreak, the boy learns patience, endurance, and the courage to face himself in the mirror without excuses. He learns that tears do not make him weak. They carve resilience into his soul. He discovers that love is not just a feeling but a test, and every scar is a mark of wisdom. And when he rises from that pain, bruised but unbroken, he steps into manhood, not because he survived, but because he understood. A real man is not defined by what he conquers, but by what he endures, what he learns, and how he transforms every wound into strength. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. The trouble with arguing with fools is that they've been training for it their whole lives. They don't want truth, they want noise. And the louder it gets, the smarter they think they sound. A wise man wastes no breath on a barking dog. He simply walks on. The fool, however, takes your silence as surrender and your patience as proof of his genius. And soon he'll tell the world how he won the argument you were never having. The world, being what it is, will believe him, because stupidity, when confident, always sounds like wisdom to the crowd. So let the fool shout. His own words will be the rope he hangs from. After all, there's nothing more dangerous than a man certain of something he never understood. After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment, no longer just the echo of your upbringing. At some point, how you live becomes a choice, not a condition, and blaming your past becomes a clever way to avoid your future. Yes, pain shaped you, but it doesn't define you. Yes, they hurt you, but they don't own you. Healing is your responsibility. No one else can climb inside your soul and do the work. Growth is your decision. No mentor, no partner, no parent can choose who you become. You are not your past. You are what you do with it. So the question isn't what happened to you. It's what you're doing about it now. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. But do not mistake him for wise. He only sees a little farther into the dark. The crowd crowns him not for his vision, but because they cannot see his flaws. When blindness becomes the norm, even confusion wears the mask of clarity. The one-eyed man believes himself a prophet, yet he rules over shadows he cannot name. In a world that rewards illusion, truth becomes rebellion. The danger is not in blindness, but in the pride of partial sight. For nothing blinds the soul faster than believing it already sees. Erasmus mocked not the blind, but the arrogance that turns a glimmer of light into a throne. The only enemy you face is your uncontrolled mind. Not people, not failure, not even fear. Just you on autopilot. Because when the mind runs wild, it turns shadows into monsters and doubt into truth. You start fighting things that don't exist, conversations that never happen, futures that haven't arrived. An untrained mind is a brilliant liar. It mimics your voice, wears your thoughts, and convinces you to stay small. But when you take control, real control, everything shifts. You stop reacting, you start choosing. You stop panicking, you start planning. The world doesn't get easier, you get stronger. Train the mind or it trains you. That's not self-help, that's strategy. What is history? The lie that everyone agrees on. The powerful write it, the weak accept it, and the fools defend it. They erase the guilty, silence the truth, and call it education. You were not taught history. You were fed a script, one designed to keep you blind. The past is not what they tell you, it is what they hide. Question everything, or be just another pawn who believes in the chains placed around his mind. History is not a record of truth, but a ledger of control. Every empire rewrites the past to justify its present, and every generation inherits its delusions as gospel. The ruling class doesn't fear rebellion of arms. It fears rebellion of thought. For once the worker sees the lie, the crown begins to tremble. No one is your friend, no one is your enemy, but every person is your teacher. He who despises you teaches you pride. He who betrays you teaches you strength. The fire that burns you is the same fire that forges you. Man is tempered in pain, not in ease. Greatness is never born in comfort. It is carved from struggle and solitude. The soul expands only when torn apart and rebuilt stronger. Do not curse those who wound you. They are the unseen hands of your becoming. The superior man thanks his suffering, for without it he would remain asleep, untested and ordinary. What does not destroy him awakens the God within, for creation demands destruction first, and rebirth is born from ruin, from the ashes of everything false that once defined him. You can beat 100 scholars with one fact, but you can't beat one fool with 100 facts. For wisdom bows before truth, but ignorance kneels only to its own delusion. A scholar listens, weighs, and yields when reason demands it. The fool, however, builds his throne upon noise. He mistakes volume for victory and stubbornness for strength. You can carve proof into stone, yet he will still deny it, for his pride is built on denial itself. He doesn't search for truth, he searches for validation. And when a man argues for validation instead of understanding, no truth can reach him. To debate such a creature is to wrestle with the wind. It howls, it shifts, but it can never be conquered. Let him speak, let him boast, let him choke on the echo of his own ignorance. The wise waste neither breath nor battle on those who cannot hear. Silence cuts deeper than reason ever will, for while truth humbles the intelligent, only silence can expose the fool. You never suffer from the world, only from your opinion of it. What disturbs you is not the event, but the judgment you attach to it. The wise understood that pain multiplies when filtered through interpretation, when you call it unfair, cruel, or undeserved. But reality itself is neutral. It moves without concern for your preferences. Yet the mind rebels, demanding that the world match its desires. To master perception is to end this rebellion, to see what happens as neither blessing nor curse, only fact. When you remove opinion, suffering loses its hold, and peace becomes the natural state of a disciplined mind. In this quiet clarity, life unfolds effortlessly, untouched by the turbulence of expectation or fear. It is a shame for a man to grow old without ever tasting the full measure of his strength, to live your years never knowing how far your body could endure. how deep your will could dig, how powerful your spirit could rise. You were not given breath merely to exist. You were forged to test your own limits, to wrestle pain, to bend iron, to stand unbroken before the trials of life. Comfort has made men hollow. They worship ease while their muscles sleep. But the wise man seeks resistance, for resistance reveals the truth. And when you finally see what your hands can build, what your heart can carry, and what your soul can conquer, then and only then will you know what it means to live. It's impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. The mind, once sealed by arrogance, becomes deaf to truth and blind to growth. Knowledge doesn't enter a cup that believes itself full. It spills, it's wasted. The greatest barrier to wisdom isn't ignorance, it's the illusion of understanding. Until a man humbles his certainty, he'll mistake noise for insight and ego for intellect. The proud man builds walls around his mind and calls them principles, but the wise know that truth flows only through open gates. To learn, one must first admit blindness, for only in recognizing ignorance do we begin to see. The fool argues to win, the sage listens to grow. The moment you stop questioning, you stop living. The moment you think you know, you become lost. It is a shame for a man to grow old without ever tasting the full measure of his strength. To live your years never knowing how far your body could endure, how deep your will could dig, how powerful your spirit could rise. You were not given breath merely to exist. You were forged to test your own limits, to wrestle pain, to bend iron, to stand unbroken before the trials of life. Comfort has made men hollow. They worship ease while their muscles sleep. But the wise man seeks resistance, for resistance reveals the truth. And when you finally see what your hands can build, what your heart can carry, and what your soul can conquer, then and only then will you know what it means to live. The only enemy you face is your uncontrolled mind. Not people, not failure, not even fear. Just you on autopilot. Because when the mind runs wild, it turns shadows into monsters and doubt into truth. You start fighting things that don't exist, conversations that never happen, futures that haven't arrived. An untrained mind is a brilliant liar. It mimics your voice, wears your thoughts, and convinces you to stay small. But when you take control, real control, everything shifts. You stop reacting, you start choosing. You stop panicking, you start planning. The world doesn't get easier, you get stronger. Train the mind or it trains you. That's not self-help, that's strategy. You can't fight smoke with a sword, and no matter how sharp your teeth are, you can't bite water. Life has battles that strength alone can't win. You can swing, you can scream, you can break yourself trying to fight what cannot be fought. But you'll always end up defeated because smoke isn't meant to be cut and water isn't meant to be bitten. The lesson is simple. Not everything requires force. Some struggles demand patience. Some obstacles require wisdom. Some storms can only be endured, not conquered. The world will always test you with illusions that tempt you to fight blindly. But true strength is found in restraint, in learning when to yield, and in choosing to flow instead of shatter. Remember, the strongest man is not the one who never falls, but the one who knows when to fight. when to stand still, and when to become like water itself. Machiavelli said, "Don't get married if you are poor. He who has nothing to offer will always be dominated. Love without power is an illusion, a golden prison where you are used and then discarded. Look around you. Who respects a man without wealth? Who listens to the man with nothing to offer? Even love, in the end, follows money. It will be said that love is about the heart, but the truth is the world does not run on hearts. It runs on power. It runs on leverage. And when you have none, you are not loved, you are tolerated. Your value is conditional, and you become disposable. The truth is, if you marry without power, you become a slave. Accumulate strength, accumulate wealth before you seek love, because love is not given to the weak. It is rented to them until someone stronger comes along. There are no devils in hell. The devils are all here. We walk among them, and worse, we are them. I am a man more sinned against than sinning, yet I still sin. There's rot in my soul, dressed in reason and pride. But what's done cannot be undone. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow crawls in this petty pace, and we follow like ghosts who forgot they died. You call this madness, though this be madness, yet there is method in it. The stars no longer guide, the fault is in ourselves. Love, I wear my heart upon my sleeve, for daws to peck at, and they did. No gods, no light. Hell is murky, and I am its shade. This soul a lie, this mind a kingdom for a horse. But the horse is dead, and yet I still ride. You have destroyed and betrayed yourself for absolutely nothing. But Dostoevsky knew that very act reveals man's deepest truth. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately in love with suffering. He said we choose pain not out of ignorance but freedom, the desire for self-destruction and chaos. He saw that we sabotage ourselves to prove we're in the abyss. He found God not in comfort but in collapse. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Even in betrayal, there's a flicker of grace. To love someone means to see him as God intended him. You betrayed yourself, but you were never unloved. And that's why you're still here. Because somewhere beneath the wreckage, a part of you still hopes. The world is a tragedy to those who feel, but a comedy to those who think. For feeling binds us to the suffering of the moment, while thought frees us to see the grand absurdity of it all. The fool cries at the cruelty of fate. The wise man laughs, not out of malice, but from the bitter knowledge that the stage was never meant to be kind. Emotion is the chain that ties man to despair, but reason is the key that unlocks detachment. To think is not to escape pain, it is to understand it so deeply that it loses its power. Those who feel drown in life, those who think learn to breathe underwater. Pity the man ruled by his heart, for he is doomed to bleed at every truth. The thinker may suffer, but he suffers with dignity, finding in irony what others find in tears. The less talent they have, the more pride, vanity, and arrogance they have. All these fools, however, find other fools who applaud them. The ignorant always find comfort in the echo of their own stupidity. They praise one another not out of admiration, but out of fear. Fear of seeing their own emptiness reflected in silence. Pride is their refuge, vanity their creed, and arrogance their mask. The wise need no applause, for truth is its own reward. Yet the fool, blind to his ignorance, mistakes noise for wisdom and flattery for honor. And so the world rewards appearances over substance, illusion over intellect. It is a strange comedy. Those who know least shout loudest, while those who know most must whisper to be heard. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else's. For the soul that sins by its own hand still breathes truth, but the one that obeys another's virtue dies silently. A man must bleed by his own choices, sin by his own will, and rise by his own faith. Only through our own ruin do we discover the shape of our soul, and only in suffering do we learn who we truly are. How could you live and have no story to tell? What is a man if not a vessel of agony wrapped in dreams? We are all crucified between the poles of what we are and what we might have been. I have walked through the catacombs of my soul and found only echoes. Yet even an echo is a voice trying to return. I buried my anguish like a coward, thinking that silence was strength, but silence is a tomb, and I was its inhabitant. Man only likes to count his troubles, El once wrote, but he does not count his joys. And still, each wound becomes scripture, each sorrow a stanza. Life is not lived, it is suffered, carved like stone by invisible hands. The heart is a prison where God and the devil play chess, and I, fool that I am, watch, believing the pieces are free. If you do not tell your story, you do not exist. But what story is there? Only this: I fell, I loved, I died. What a strange gift it is to hit rock bottom, to be stripped of pride, ego, and the illusions you once clung to stand with nothing and yet see possibility everywhere. For when a man has nothing left, he finally learns that he is free to build anything. Rock bottom is not the end, it is the beginning, the solid ground on which strength is forged. It humbles you, it burns away the false, and it leaves only what is real. Every man, at least once in his life, could benefit from the raw, purifying fire of being left with nothing, because only then do you realize that everything is possible. And when he rises untouchable, unstoppable, unshakable. The man who has fallen and rebuilt himself knows no fear, no doubt, and no limits. He is, in every sense, alive. I have undone myself, not by fate, but by my own fierce will. I saw the cliff and leapt, for man would rather fall by choice than live by chains. Give me my robe, put on my crown, have immortal longings in me. I hungered for greatness, yet wounded my own soul. I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things. I confess, for I am both judge and traitor. In every ruin I meet myself anew. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Madness, yes, but not without meaning. My demons wear my own face. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and yet I bore my suffering as if carved in stone. I betrayed my better nature, but not beyond repair, and that is why I stand here still, for even broken actors may rise for one last, truer scene. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth, for truth is a mirror that exposes the ugliness men spend their lives trying to conceal. A ruler who feeds his people illusions is loved, but one who strips away their delusions is despised, for men prefer to be comforted by falsehood than confronted by reality. The truth does not inspire gratitude, it inspires resentment. To To reveal truth is to wound pride, and pride is defended more fiercely than kingdoms. Understand this. The world rewards deception with loyalty and condemns honesty with exile. Therefore, if you choose to speak truth, do so knowing you will walk alone, armed not with applause but with contempt. Yet in that solitude lies a darker kind of power, the knowledge that while men hate you, they cannot silence the reality you have spoken. I was ashamed of myself when I realized life was a costume party, and I attended with my real face. I thought I was doing the right thing, being honest, being myself, just showing up as I am. But that's not how the world works, is it? People don't want truth or depth. They want comfort and ease. They don't want to think too hard or feel too much. They want simple conversations, simple answers, simple people. They wear smiles that mean nothing. They nod at things they don't believe. They laugh at jokes they don't find funny, just to stay part of the crowd. So when you show up with your real face, you become a problem. They won't say it. They'll just look away a little quicker, laugh a little too loud when you speak, leave you out of the next thing. And you start to wonder, was it really courage to be myself, or just a mistake? Because the room is full of people wearing masks, and when you're the only one without one, you don't look honest, you look exposed. You're not late, you're not early. You're exactly where you need to be. The world moves fast. It makes you think you're behind. You see others winning, shining, rising, and you start to question your own path. But life isn't a race, it's alignment. Your moment doesn't come when you want it, it comes when you're ready to hold it. Even silence is part of preparation, even waiting sharpens the blade. So stop comparing clocks, theirs is not yours. Because when it's your time, the doors that never opened will swing wide. The people who ignored you will remember your name. And everything that once broke you will look like it was building you. Trust the delay. It's not punishment, it's protection. Because when it's your time to shine, nothing and no one can dim that light. I would prefer an intelligent hell to a stupid paradise. For paradise built on ignorance is no paradise at all. It is a gilded cage for small minds. The fool calls it peace. The thinker calls it decay. Hell at least demands thought, courage, rebellion. It burns, but it awakens. Paradise dulls the edge, numbs the will, and feeds the ego until man forgets he is dying. To suffer with awareness is greater than to smile in delusion. The truly damned are not those who burn, but those who never think, who trade reason for comfort and truth for approval. Man was not made to rest in blindness. He was made to tear through it, even if the light sears his eyes. Better an honest torment than a blissful lie. For reason, once ignited, turns even hell into a sanctuary for the free. What if I tell you the most dangerous manipulator isn't the one who lies to your face? It's the one who tells you the truth, just slightly twisted. You see, real manipulators don't argue. They agree slowly. They nod while you speak. They mirror your tone. They make you feel understood. And the moment you drop your guard, they plant their seed. An idea that feels like it came from you. They don't control you by force. They guide you with suggestion. They don't change your mind, they steer it. You think you made the choice, that's the trick. You didn't. The greatest manipulators don't convince you. They let you convince yourself. And by the time you realize it, you've already played your part in their plan. Don't listen to every elder's advice. Even fools grow older. Age alone does not make wisdom. It only measures survival. Many live long not because they were wise, but because fortune was kind or fate was merciful. A crown of gray hair can disguise an empty mind. Time may teach some, but it only drags others forward without changing what they are. And to mistake their years for mastery is the first step toward your own downfall. Some elders speak from scars, but others speak only from fear, regret, and ignorance. To follow them blindly is to inherit their mistakes. True wisdom is not found in years, but in clarity, in observation, in the courage to question what has always been told. Respect the years, but test the words, for wisdom is not a gift of time. It is a weapon of thought. And those who confuse age with truth will always walk in borrowed shadows, never in their own light. How could you live and have no story to tell? What is a man if not a vessel of agony wrapped in dreams? We are all crucified between the poles of what we are and what we might have been. I have walked through the catacombs of my soul and found only echoes. Yet even an echo is a voice trying to return. I buried my anguish like a coward, thinking that silence was strength, but silence is a tomb, and I was its inhabitant. Man only likes to count his troubles, El once wrote, but he does not count his joys. And still, each wound becomes scripture, each sorrow a stanza. Life is not lived, it is suffered, carved like stone by invisible hands. The heart is a prison where God and the devil play chess, and I, fool that I am, watch, believing the pieces are free. If you do not tell your story, you do not exist. But what story is there? Only this. I fell, I loved, I died. I have undone myself, not by fate, but by my own fierce will. I saw the cliff and leapt, for man would rather fall by choice than live by chains. Give me my robe, put on my crown, have immortal longings in me. I hungered for greatness, yet wounded my own soul. I am myself indifferent, honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things. I confess, for I am both judge and traitor. In every ruin, I meet myself anew. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Madness, yes, but not without meaning. My demons wear my own face. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and yet I bore my suffering as if carved in stone. I betrayed my better nature, but not beyond repair, and that is why I stand here still. For even broken actors may rise for one last, truer scene. If you don't strike first, don't cry when you're bleeding. Power is never given. It's taken by force, by fear, by men who don't flinch. Fair is for losers. Fair is the story they tell sheep to keep them lining up for slaughter. The truth, winners lie. Cheat cutthroats when no one's watching and smile while doing it. They don't ask permission. They don't wait. They move fast, silent, brutal. Every empire was built on broken men who hesitated. Every throne sits on the corpses of those who thought they had time. If you're still wondering when to act, you've already lost the man who's willing to be feared, hated, misunderstood. He wins. Because while you're posting quotes and talking about balance, he's gutting the competition and erasing the weak power belongs to the cold. And if you're not willing to become that step aside, a fool who knows he is a fool is wiser than a fool who thinks himself wise. Such a man is a curse to himself and to all who follow him. The fool who knows his limits can be controlled, corrected, and even used as a weapon in the hands of a stronger mind. But the fool who believes he carries wisdom is untouchable. In his arrogance, he rejects counsel, he mocks caution, and he mistakes recklessness for strength. These men do not merely stumble into ruin, they spread their collapse to every court and household that trusted them. Understand this. Ignorance is harmless when it bows its head, but fatal when it wears the mask of knowledge. It is better to keep 10 honest fools by your side than one arrogant fool who thinks himself a genius. For the humble fool may serve you, but the proud fool will destroy you. No, don't tell me you're tired. Don't tell me it's too hard. Do you think greatness comes without pain? Do you think the world hands power to those who whisper? Friedrich Nietzsche said, "The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly." And that is exactly why they doubt you, because you chose the path that terrifies them. The path of becoming more than just another copy. You weren't meant to be soft. You weren't meant to be understood. You were meant to evolve, to bleed, to suffer, to outgrow. You want peace. Earn it through war. You want strength. Build it through discipline. You want respect. Take it through silence. Don't beg the world to see your worth. Become so rare they cannot look away. And when they ask how you survived, tell them you didn't. You were reborn. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Think about that. Every obstacle, every failure, every frustration, it exists because of the way we've been thinking. The patterns, the habits, the assumptions that shaped our past have led us here. And if we want change, if we truly want progress, we must challenge those patterns. We must think differently, dare to imagine solutions that break the cycle, look beyond what seems possible, question everything you thought was certain. Only by seeing the world in a new way, by acting with courage and creativity, can we overcome the problems we once thought were unchangeable. Change your thinking and you change everything. You are not average like other people. The crowd exists to be ruled, not remembered. They trade their fire for comfort, their will for approval. You are cut from a different stone, sharper, harder, unyielding. While they chase safety, you hunt power. While they obey, you command. To be above the average is not luck. It is the choice to embrace the burden of greatness. The world does not bend for the ordinary. It kneels for the one who dares to rise above them all. And know this, the crowd will never understand you because they fear what they cannot become. They will whisper, they will doubt, they will resist. But every word against you is proof that you stand where they cannot. The average seeks comfort, but you were born for command, for power, for legacy. Give a man meaning, and he will suffer willingly for it. Deprive him of purpose, and even paradise will feel like a prison. Man is not sustained by comfort, but by conviction. He endures not because life is gentle, but because he believes it must matter. The body survives on bread, but the soul starves without reason. When purpose fades, morality follows, and all things, love, virtue, faith, become ornaments to an empty existence. To live without meaning is to breathe without air, to wake without dawn. Yet the tragedy lies here. Meaning is not found, it is forged in suffering. The same pain that breaks him also defines him, for a man becomes real only when he can answer why he must endure. Give him meaning and he will walk through fire. Take it away, and he will drown in peace. Give a man freedom, and he will stand at the edge of his own soul, uncertain whether to soar or to fall. The caged man dreams of liberty, yet the free man dreams of direction. Chains give him purpose. Release gives him chaos. When bound, he blames his captor. When unbound, he faces the terror of his own will. Freedom sounds like music until silence follows, until there are no orders, no masters, no excuses. It is not the absence of restraint, but the presence of responsibility, and few can bear its weight. A man who cannot rule himself will beg for another to rule him. Freedom unmasks weakness, exposes confusion, and demands courage. Give a man freedom, and you will not find him grateful. You will find him trembling, for nothing frightens the human heart more than the command to choose. Let me fall if I must fall. The one I will become will catch me. We spend our lives trying to avoid failure, clinging to safety, hiding from pain, and yet the truth is that nothing grows in comfort. Every stumble, every misstep, every time you hit the ground, it is shaping you. Pain does not destroy you, it teaches you. Fear does not end you, it prepares you. When you fall, you are meeting the raw truth of yourself, your courage, your limits, and your strength. Do not resist it. Embrace it. Let the cracks form. Let the struggles shape you, because each trial carries a piece of the person you are meant to become. And when that person rises, they will catch you, lift you, and make you stronger than you ever imagined. Let me fall if I must fall, for I am becoming unstoppable. Give a man love, and he will trade his crown for a kiss. Break his heart, and he will raise empires from the ashes of his pain. Affection makes a man soft. Betrayal sharpens him into steel. When he is adored, he lives for another. When he is abandoned, he begins to live for himself. Love chains a man to comfort, but heartbreak hurls him into war with destiny itself. For every scar he carries becomes a lesson, and every betrayal plants the seed of strategy. A broken man is dangerous, for he no longer fears loss. He has already lost. His tears dry into fire, his silence hardens into strategy, and his wounds become maps that guide him to power. Remember this: kingdoms are not built by the satisfied, but by the forsaken. And the man who survives heartbreak does not merely recover. He returns as a conqueror, demanding the world that once denied him. 6 hours of sleep for a man, 7 for a woman, and 8 for a fool. For every hour beyond necessity, strength is stolen, ambition is dulled, and opportunity is wasted. Sleep is rest, but too much of it is surrender. The man who commands his hours commands his fate. The one who indulges in comfort becomes servant to idleness. A throne is never built by those who oversleep. The world does not slow itself for the drowsy. Time punishes the lazy with obscurity. History remembers those who rose early, who treated each dawn as a battlefield, who understood that time is the rarest wealth. While the fool dreams in his bed, the wise man is already shaping his tomorrow. Greatness is not claimed by those who seek endless rest. It belongs to those who treat even their nights as preparation for war and their mornings as conquest. Pain is not your enemy. Suffering is not your downfall. What destroys a man is the emptiness of living without a reason. Nietzsche said it. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Understand this. Your wounds do not matter if you know why you bleed. The storms do not break you if you know where you are sailing. Most people collapse not because life was too heavy, but because they carried it for nothing. Without a why, every burden feels unbearable. But with a why, the weight becomes sacred. The blows become lessons. The struggle becomes proof that you are not weak, but chosen. Endure not for survival. Endure for something greater. That is where strength is born. It may take everything, but it will change everything. Your time, your energy, your tears. But in return, it will give you a life you never thought possible. You see, the more it takes, the more it gives. The butterfly does not keep its caterpillar skin. The phoenix does not partially burn. The seed does not become a tree while remaining a seed. To become something new, you must first cease to be what you are. The self you know, the one you've built, protected and clung to, must dissolve like a river surrendering to the ocean. To transform is to sacrifice the familiar for the unknown, to let go of the comforts of certainty, the illusions of permanence. The self that emerges from the ashes is not the same as the one that burned. When the moment comes, and it will when life demands everything of you, do not resist. Do not cling to what was, for it may take everything, but it will change everything. And in that change you will find not just a new life, but a new self, the one you were destined for. If you are lonely when you are alone, you are in bad company. We call it loneliness, but perhaps we've misnamed it. Perhaps what we're feeling isn't the absence of others, but the presence of a stranger, ourselves. We've built lives so full of noise, so crowded with distractions, that we've forgotten how to sit with our own thoughts. We fear solitude because it strips away our masks. It forces us to face the parts of ourselves we've been running from. Our regrets, our fears, our deepest truths. We'd rather scroll mindlessly, rather lose ourselves in other people's lives, rather do anything than confront the person in the mirror. But here's the tragedy. Until you can be at peace in your own company, you will always be lonely, even in a crowded room, because you're carrying that emptiness with you. You're bringing that stranger wherever you go. The most profound relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. It's the one relationship you can never escape. The one voice you will hear every day until your last. So, perhaps the cure for loneliness isn't to surround yourself with more people. Perhaps it's to become the kind of company you'd want to keep. When you no longer feel lonely in your own presence, you've found the most faithful companion you'll ever know, yourself. What's the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is collecting facts. Wisdom is connecting dots. You see, the smartest person in the room isn't the one who knows the most. It's the one who understands what matters. Because knowledge can memorize the recipe, but wisdom knows when to add more salt. While everyone wants to know, few dare to understand. And while knowledge fills your mind, wisdom shapes your existence. You can know the meaning of life, but only wisdom lets you live it. You can know the answer to most questions, but only with wisdom do you know which questions are worth asking. Knowledge lives in books. Wisdom lives in choices. The more knowledge you gain, the more you realize you don't know. But the more wisdom you develop, the more you understand that not knowing is the knowledge. Knowledge is knowing you're going to die. Wisdom is understanding that this makes every moment you're alive absolutely sacred. So stop merely collecting facts. Start creating meaning. In the end, it's not what you know that defines you, but how deeply you grasp the meaning of what you know. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "That man is something that shall be overcome. Man is a rope tied between beast and overman, a rope over an abyss. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not an end. But the herd fears the abyss, so they worship the rope, clinging to it as if trembling is virtue. They kneel before mediocrity and call it morality. They chain themselves and name the chains justice. Yet the abyss devours all who stand still. The truth is merciless. You either become or you vanish. Do not pray to survive, dare to transform. For only he who dares the fall will discover wings. The herd will curse you as mad. They will mock your leap. But history is written by those who soared while others clutched the rope until it rotted beneath their hands.